Pizza Tower, the high-paced, fast action, first-person shoot. Ooh, no way, those aren't keywords that describe this game. Pizza Tower is a very fast-paced platform action game in a way. It takes after, in a lot of respects, to a game called Wario Land. It has very linear levels that feel a lot more open than they actually are, with a lot of cool secrets and different ways to play. While the game has a real tutorial, we're going to be skipping that in favor for this video, going instead to the first real level. Immediately coming out of the entrance, we get a very good first impression, from the music to level design. We can notice both a breakable block on our left, but a clear incentive to go to the right. This immediately brings up the many different playstyles of Pizza Tower. While a new player might fumble up the platforms, bother killing the enemies individually, and rebuilding up speed to continue forward, messing up on the metal block that is to come ahead. Someone who might know all this, who have played the level before, or more well prepared, go sprinting, charging at the wall and taking off, using Peppino's, the main character's, full moveset to their advantage. In fact, let's touch on that. Peppino is one of the most well-designed characters in any video game, with a whole host of different movement techs. While you have your standard jump, attack, and even sprint, his sprint doesn't have a speed cap. The longer you hold it, faster you get, with no limit. Running into walls doesn't just stop you, you can run up them. You have advanced movement. If you grab and jump, you go flying through the air. Grab and duck, your momentum gets set to a high max, speeding you up quicker. You have even more advanced options. You don't want to just fall down diagonally while running? We'll cancel it with a downwards fall slam. There's hidden tech like this all throughout Peppino's moveset, from uppercuts to super jumps. There's nothing you really can't do with Peppino, which this inspires all these different playstyles. While new people don't know some of these moves, they might also not be able to take full advantage of them. People who learn might not just run off platforms, but know to turn, conserve speed, and smartly weave it all together. This first level perfectly demonstrates it with all of these beginning rooms. From slamming into a block, climbing up the ladder, then slamming down, to just launching over it all and slamming the metal block. From stopping and killing the night guys, to being full speed and ramming right through them. All of these small differences build up, and really gives you so many unique ways to play. Now, what was that? That is a topping. In Pizza Tower, each level has 5 toppings. A topping equates to about $10 when you're done with the level. You're going to need a certain amount of money to beat each floor, or for this game, world equivalent. Toppings typically are on the main trail or just off the beaten path, normally not too hidden. The objective of each level is to get all 5 toppings and get to the end. You might notice some other weird things. We're going to ignore those for right now, but do take note of them for future in this video. This is another aspect of Pizza Tower I really want to touch on, the level design. While I commented at the beginning when discussing Peppino's moveset, it is really well built together, made primarily for Peppino, so you can conserve speed and go flying through these rooms. I just want you to see the difference between someone who, let's say, not only knows what they're doing, knows how to abuse this level design to go full speed through this upcoming room, versus someone who doesn't. But with that, that's our 5th topping. So with that, we're done, right? So what's the ending? It's panic time now. Pizza time. This is the main gimmick of every level. Once you get to the end, you break Pillar John, the big pillar you saw. Timer starts. You don't want the timer to end. You're in a rush to get back to the beginning of the level from the end, needing to reverse everything you just did. New timers appear with big bells to act as bigger benefits. Enemies start spawning in on your head, and you might notice John blocks spawn in. You might have noticed them beforehand, but now they're blocking your way, having swapped, forcing you to go onto a route you may not know, requiring quick thinking. If you fail this quick thinking, the timer will get dangerously low and... Yikes. Luckily, with each death comes new opportunity. You can just start again. This game does not have a life system. It does not have a typical health point system either. Unless you get caught by Pizza Face, the thing you just saw, you don't lose levels. So you go back in a little bit faster, a little bit quicker, and with a more observant eye. These eyes lead to secrets. Each level has 3 of these secrets, each one including a short mini puzzle, a quick break from the action, and a bunch of points before leaving. It's important to get all these for more bonus points. Now that you've noticed one, you might start looking out for more. You might also notice a certain janitor. At first, this janitor appears to do nothing. You get him, you hit pizza time, he just follows you. But then you might notice other secret routes. This is the purpose of the janitor, to give you the specialty item. Each level has also a janitor and a janitor door. Bring the janitor to the door, and you will get the specialty item. Each level, this gives you a huge point boost, typically sending you up a full rank. Get the secrets in the janitor, and you get the coveted A rank. It certainly felt like there's supposed to be more to that. So, what if you actually got all 3 secrets, not just missing one? Then, and only then, can you get still A rank? It feels like we're missing something, doesn't it? That's because we were. Remember back to the start of this level. The breakable blocks on the left. You might walk in there, let's say, and you're going to notice something. If the pressure wasn't on before, it's now really on. Lap 2 gives you no time break. You need to go full speed. The music is one of the best in the game. The heart-pounding track, The Death That I Deserve Violi, playing in the background as you book it through this level you've just ran through. It is one of the most tense things you can do when you're on the verge of the timer running out and right by the door. Truly, one of the most pulse-pounding games I've ever played. Having achieved S rank, you might think you're done. That is the highest rank after all, and if you pay attention, there's no more colors filling up the S. There is no higher rank. But you'd be wrong. You see, there's been one last detail I've yet to include in this review. The combo meter. You might notice to the right, just under the HUD, that there is a combo meter. Every kill ups the number, and every time you get a point, it resets the decay. Now, if you got that S rank, went through the whole game, but theoretically, never dropped your combo, kept it up the whole run, keeping perfection, not getting hit, killing all the enemies, and grabbing every point, topping secret and bonus item, you get the coveted, the special, truly beautiful and worth it, I must add. Now, after Johnny Gutter, it's only fair for me to cover some other levels. One of Pizza Tower's strengths is the fact it only has a couple bad levels, if any, really. Each level with a unique gimmick to their own. Anywhere from riding rockets to using super jump to go flying. Every level has unknown secrets. So let's cover this level opens completely different. Latch onto the rocket and you're off. You blast through the moon rock, blast through another one, and leap through the wall. Turning around, you catch the another gimmick of this level, the gravity bubble. You go up, catch the door, and you're off. You'll notice in the background that, again, it just goes smoothly. Each part leads into another. There is no bumps, and if you find a bump, it's typically your own fault as a player. There's very few times in this game where you lose on luck. Lose because, well, there's nothing you could have done. There's always something you could have done. And also, I want you to pay attention. After you learned about these secrets, the John door, are you paying attention? You might have noticed that there was a moon rock behind me. Well, I didn't hit it. A keen eye might notice that and go for the secret, if there even is one there. And you might notice yet a third gimmick to this level. You might question why there's so many, but this isn't just the second level in the game. Some of these gimmicks actually have been introduced to this point, I'm just skipping over that. This is an example that I also think the game does well. It never drops a full gimmick. It typically will be in at least 1 to 2 levels per gimmick. Not my best run. Probably gotta blur that name out. So remember when I said there's only a couple debatable bad levels? This is one of them. You might be confused why I'd cover a level I think is bad, but let me correct you, I think this level's the worst. The worst level in Pizza Tower. And I cover it to be both a fair reviewer of the game, but also to show you that even the worst level isn't the worst. Starting off, some of the gimmicks you'll notice immediately. This cheese ball you have no control of. I can't jump, I can't move. When I become a cheese man, I move slow. I stick to surfaces, and it genuinely feels pretty bad to play. Immediately dropping down the ladder, you notice the other gimmick. These cardboard cutouts of ninjas jumping at me. They can't be countered. You need to stop, let them jump, then attack, otherwise you will get hit. This is, again, pretty annoying. 2 gimmicks adding up to each other to make you go slow sounds bad, but it gets worse. The pipes. These pipes aren't really a level gimmick, but they add to the frustration of this level, making it go much slower when it feels like a natural connection could have been made instead. Maybe a ramp with a way up? Fast forwarding through the level, you'll notice the third gimmick of this level, but again, these trash chutes just don't move fast. You're forced to the slow moving, painful crawl with nothing you can do to speed up. It really feels like the game forgot who it was for a second during this level. Wait, I thought you said this level was pretty good, all things considered. Well, how about I introduce you to this clip? Now that looked pretty cool. See, that's the neat part about picking up the worst parts of a level. You can make anything look bad, and anything look good. This level isn't all bad. In fact, every point you're just running as Peppino feels great. It feels wonderful to play and truly chef's kiss. While the gimmicks may feel clunky, slow, or at worst, downright bad, they're not the whole level. Now, that doesn't save this level from going into a pretty bad tier if I was ranking them, but it goes to show that the worst level in this game is passable, at worst. Other games wish that was the case. Well, that was an ominous title. And no music. What does this thing do? Going from the worst to the best. This is the best level in Pizza Tower. War offers something that can't be put into words. The timer ticking. Do you feel your heart pounding just listening? I sure did while playing, though maybe that's not fully fair. Everything about this level is done to perfection. The pacing, the music in the background with the ticking clock of death. You have to turn back to get the topping? You better hope you're fast with it. The shotgun feels amazing to use, blasting in a direction, but also stops you, forcing you to consider when you need to shoot. Is slowing down really worth it? You wouldn't want to run out of time. You catch the rocket again, blasting off. You even get an easy janitor. Except, notice this, I had to do a tight jump that if you missed, you would bonk. If you were to bonk here, your timer just ticks down. You'll notice the extra timers too. The intensity of taking this lower path and potentially missing this upper time box, how much time would you have left? Could you even beat the level at that point? Those questions are what make this level so good and so hard to put into words, a sensation you truly have to get through playing. You'll notice too that this level, while I'm flying through it, has a bunch of opportunities to smash into walls, hit enemies, get caught off guard by time boosters, sending you in the wrong direction. It's built to slow you down. That adds to the anticipation, the intensity, the anxiety. The bonus levels. Normally the bonus levels are a short break, a time where when the music cuts out you feel safe, but the timer doesn't go away. It continues ticking. You notice every second you're not progressing the level. You're stuck in the purple padded room. You break free and take off running. This level truly, I can't put it in any other way. The sensation, the feeling, or how about this, the second lap. You lose your gun. The time boosters are all gone, while you sure did get a lot right entering the second lap. Do note how you don't have any more. The level's already cleared. You have a set amount of time to win. Pedal to the metal. The clock never lets up. But when you do get to the end, yeah, that feels pretty good. So is that it? Is that all Pizza Tower has to offer? Pretty cool music, pretty killer music, honestly. Great gameplay and a bunch of levels. I think there's like 50 something levels. Well, no. There's also bosses. You see, I referenced it earlier, but there is worlds to this game called floors. Each floor needs a set amount of money to get past that you get from the so-called 5 toppings. After getting enough money, you give it to this greedy guy called Mr. Sticks, and he unlocks the boss door. After beating the boss, you get the key to go up and unlock the new level sets. Now, for the sake of this review, I'm only going to cover one of the bosses, and it won't be the last one. Now, immediately start off with the gimmick. You get a gun. This is a shoot 'em all. Not all bosses get the gun. Many don't have any gimmick. You're just brawling with the boss, needing to dodge. That's why I picked this one. I think it's the most unique boss. In gameplay and style. I mean, just look at how beautiful this is. Wait. No, not this clip. I'm sorry. Look how beautiful this is. Truly wonderful. Just like normal levels, bosses also have ranks tied to them. Now, you'll notice yeah, I didn't do too good. But you have the potential to get even P ranks in bosses if you don't get hit. So, what would I tell you about Pizza Tower? Looking out at everything now. Well, I'd tell you, it's probably the best platformer made of the modern day. A game I truly must say you need to try. If not try, complete. Getting the P rank on every level. Feeling your adrenaline pump as your time almost runs out. Beating these bosses just barely. Beating the final boss feels great. It's truly euphoric. And a secret level I'm not including in this review, being the last one, that if you ever want to feel some tense gameplay, makes you heart pound. That's generic outro. Generic outro.